Hello everyone, it's the TheCanadianWifier here. This is a pretty old battle, despite the date of recording that you can see there. It was taken back when Pokebank basically was first released in North America. I think this was later that same day or the day after. Regardless, it was very soon, very short after the release of Pokebank in North America. I think it was the first real serious battle I had with a Pokebank salved Mons. Looking at my team, I have a physically defensive Mawile with Stealth Rock, Knockoff, Pain Split, and Iron Head, I want to say is the last move. Standard Sheer Force Landorus. An Excadrill, which is so poorly salved, I can't even begin to describe how poorly salved it is, but somehow it made it through the filters. It was like the date met, it was a faithful encounter on 002000 on route. It's just so bad. And it made it right through. It is the original Dentist, the original Excadrill made way back at the very start of Black White 1. Standard set, I knew my shit back then. Standard T-Tar, I think this one is Sand Rock or Smooth Rock, so I can get the sand up. E-Belt Keldeo, that is a lie. This one's actually Calm Mind Keldeo, because the first Keldeo I salved this generation was actually Sub-Calm Mind. And a Stealth Rocking Cradleye. On this team I actually have 3 Stealth Rockers, T-Tar, Cradleye, and Mawile. A little bit of a silly thing on my side. I'm gonna get his team. It's just kind of gonna be annoying. I mean, all I see over there are threats. Legendary threats. And they're not threats because they are legendary. I play competitive Pokemon, I know my shit, but they just are threatening Pokemon in general. I'm gonna lead off with Mawile. Even got the heart on the Pokeball. It is in a love ball, ladies and gentlemen, and it's pink, and it has Heart nickname. And then pro tip: when it Mega Evolves, it gets even more pink. So I actually really love this thing. I haven't used it as much as I'd love to, but it just ate up a Life Orb Heat Wave from a Tornadus T, which is crazy. And then I'm going to go for Knockoff. I get a crit, and I would say I feel bad, but it probably made the battle a lot better, the fact that I did get that crit, so I'm not even sorry. The U-turn's really obvious, but I can't take it because I'm at 6 HP, so I'm going to go out in the Dentist because I'm not really scared of anything he wants to go for, so I'm just going to go straight out to this thing to eat up the U-turn. He brings out his Chomp, and I mean, the Earthquake is so obvious here. Basically, Garchomp's such a giant threat to my team that I just have to play around it like that by switching in Pokemon like this. Now that I have Mawile in, I know he could just go for an Earthquake and kill me off, but I'm going to bank on the fact that he's going to predict me to keep switching around. I'm going to go for a Pain Split. Not only does it allow me obviously to get a ton of damage off on the Garchomp, but it also allows me to get up to about half, which is nice. It's going to get me some HP back for later. I'm going to switch in my Keldeo. It can... I knew it could live because Keldeo is obnoxiously bulky, but it didn't like the hit. Too bad I wasn't Expert Belt, because if I was, I would have went for Icy Wind, and that would have slowed down the Crobat to the point where I could kill it off with another Icy Wind. Unfortunately, that's not what happens, as I'm just Sub-Calm Mind, like I stated earlier. And I just go for my stab, as it's going to hit the Crobat pretty hard, and I'm going to switch a Mawile because the U-turn is incredibly obvious as he goes right out into Kyurem Black. What is this thing doing back in OU? I mean, there are more broken things in it now, but this thing is still such a massive threat. It's unbelievable. I'm going to leave it in because I don't know whether it's going to be physical or special. I was assuming special because that's why he would probably bring it in. And it is. He's going to kill me off with an Earth Power, which means it's a very scary set because it most likely has sub 3 attack, and that is just absolutely pants-shittingly terrifying. I'm going to go into Keldeo because it's like the one thing I have to threaten the Kyurem Black with a Secret Sword. And unfortunately, he's going to be able to go into Venusaur and Mega Evolve as I switch out into my Cradleye as he goes for a Sludge Bomb. Not that big of a deal. I am Special Defensive Cradleye. I don't have the Sand up, but I'm still going to be able to take it decently well. I mean, it's just respectable damage, I suppose. I'm just going to be able to set up my Stealth Rock. This is the first opportunity I have, even though I have 3 Stealth Rockers. I apparently, just like I said, cannot plan teams out of my PC. Not a bad thing to have 3 Stealth Rockers, but little bit overkill. I'm going to switch this thing in, predicting an Iron Head, and unfortunately he's not Scarf. And, I mean, I know Special Defensive Jirachi is still viable, but I just felt like, no, who would do that now? Especially because Special Defensive Jirachi, its main thing was the fact that it could switch in on Gengar and Alakazam and such, and it can't even do that anymore, because it doesn't resist Shadow Ball, or isn't neutral to Shadow Ball. It's actually weak to it. So I was not expecting that. And then I was expecting Landorus's frickin' Earth Power to kill it. But nope, it doesn't die, and now I'm just really upset because I lost my Keldeo, and now my Landorus is paralyzed. I know the Iron Head is coming, so I feel relatively safe switching in Dentist on this turn, and you have no idea how badly. Never mind, that's a later turn in the battle. I go for Earthquake because he's going to go to his Crobat. As I know at this point, the worst he could do to my Tyranitar is a U-turn right off the bat, but I assume he's not going to go for that. I assume he's going to go for the Roost first because he's like 25%. It's pretty low. And I know that most likely now, well, I know that now he is trapped. He either goes for U-turn or he switches out, and I can get off a massive amount of damage on him with the Pursuit. And as you can see, it's going to bring him down to probably about 30% there, as this is going to allow him to go to the Garchomp. And as much as I want to keep as much as I don't even know what I'm trying to say. As useless as Tyranitar is, I want to keep him around for the sand later because Excadrill is basically my only chance of winning this game. Lando is also incredibly useless, so I'm just going to be able to switch in that and sack it off because it's paralyzed and it's about as useful as nothing. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head. Now this is where I make a series of dumb plays. I'm predicting the Crobat to come in. If I was looking at my HP, I would be trying to conserve HP and Life Orb hits right now, so I should have really gone for Earthquake there, especially because if I did hit the Chomp, that would give me rough skin damage. So there's no reason not to go for Earthquake there, and there was no reason not to go for the... Why did you protect, Cody? Come on, you're not that kind of guy. What if I SD'd? And I was really thinking about it, but I'm like, no, Cody's not that kind of player. And if I had SD'd, everything on his team would just die and I'd win the game on the spot. But unfortunately, this Mega Venusaur can eat up my Earthquake. It only does about 55 to 63% or something like that. And that Venusaur is clearly above that amount of HP. As he's going to bring in Cradle, I know that he's not going to be staying in with the Venusaur, or even if he is, T-Tar's not exactly a poor matchup against it. I still have Fire Blast, although, I mean, it won't do anything to Stick Fat, but it isn't horrible. I'm going to go with the Cradle here, just sacking it. He misclicks on Stealth Rock. It does not matter in the slightest. What it allows me to do, I guess theoretically, is get off an Energy Ball that I wouldn't have got off anyway. But as you'll see later, the damage here on the Garchomp doesn't matter at all because whether it's at 1% or whether it's at like 50%, I would have been able to kill it off with the Excadrill anyway. Now I bring in Excadrill, and I have, like I said, very limited Life Orb hits left. I go for the Iron Head. Again, if he just stayed in, that would have been the game on this spot. I played Excadrill pretty damn poorly in this game, and it's kind of sad because I feel like I could have had it if I played it a little bit better. Don't want to spoil the outcome or anything. I don't quite kill the Venusaur, but he misses a Sleep Powder. So, I mean, again, it's 50-50. It doesn't matter, because the outcome of this game has been decided by the fact that he still has 2 Pokemon left. I have 19 HP out of 191, which means I'm going to die to my Life Orb on this turn. No matter, like, I can see him switching in Chomp here to get the Iron Head rough skin damage. Yeah, it's clever, but it didn't matter. I was going to take 19 HP of recoil there, and I was going to die off. His Garchomp dies, Sandstorm dies, and now it's just Kyurem versus Tyranitar, and because I don't have a rock move on my Tyranitar, Crunch Pursuit, Fire Blast, Stealth Rock, good old standard T-Tar. He's going to be able to kill me with a Dragon Claw. He cursed me. I highly doubt it mattered, and even if it did matter, it doesn't matter because I wouldn't be able to kill him. I'm going to end up losing, but it was a fantastic battle in my opinion. Just shows the power of Sandrush Excadrill. I just love this thing to bits. It's even better the fact that I can import over my original Excadrill from like early Black White 1, the one I've been using all throughout my Pokemon career, despite how poorly salved it is. I just found that really funny, that some of the really legit looking stuff that you create on Pokecheck doesn't go through, yet this just atrocity of an Excadrill can just pass through like there's no business. Anyway, thank you all for watching, thank you all for listening today. I will see you next time. Upcoming this week for you guys while I'm in Florida, I have scheduled 3 more Wi-Fi battles, and a showdown battle. So there's no shortage of content for you to watch while I'm gone. Always thinking of the viewers, right? Anyway, take it easy, guys. Have a good day. See you later. Peace.